And let's bring in ABC News contributor, former U.S. ambassador to NATO, retired Lieutenant General Doug Lute. For more, Lieutenant General Lute, thanks for coming on. So how do you think these NATO meetings are going so far for the U.S.?
Well, so far, so good. I mean, there's really only one expected outcome or one hoped for outcome every time the NATO leaders come together, and that's solidarity, expressions, images of solidarity, cohesion, and so forth. And that seems to be going quite well. Most substantively important in this summit is the move for allies to agree to spend up to 5% of national GDPs on defense spending and defense-related spending. And that's a big boost from their previous commitment of only 2%.
Secretary General Mark Rutte referred to President Trump as daddy in relation to the conflict between Israel and Iran. Trump also shared a fawning text message apparently from him, showering the president with praise over the Iran strike and NATO negotiations. What do you make of their relationship?
Well, it's frankly, as a former ambassador to NATO, uncomfortable. I think that certainly the Secretary General is a significant international leader of an organization that's central to the security of Europe, NATO. It's important that he has a close, trusting, working relationship with the president. But some of the sort of over-the-top, fawning praise, I think, won't strike all allies as appropriate.
Now, the president wouldn't answer if he would strike again if Iran rebuilds its nuclear program, insisting the program's been set back decades, so it'll be someone else's problem. But sources say this preliminary analysis suggests the strikes did limited damage and that Iran was able to relocate highly enriched uranium stocks beforehand. So now what?
Well, there's really two questions here. One is what the military calls BDA, Battle Damage Assessment. This is assessing the aftermath of a strike as the U.S. conducted just recently. And this is going to take some time. It's a blend of both art and science. So the science, they can tell from the explosive results and from some of the crater analysis and so forth. But it's also a question of practically getting inside some of these damaged facilities to actually see the full extent of the damage. And here we have two reliable sources. One is the IAEA, the UN organization responsible for atomic energy. Their reporting in the past has been very useful. And then the second is the human intelligence coming out of the Israeli Mossad organization. So we may have to wait to actually get eyes on some of these facilities before we have a reliable assessment.
What do you make of President Trump's influence in calling for increased defense funding among NATO members?
I think President Trump has been influential. I mean, sometimes as a former U.S. ambassador under President Obama, I'm reminded that it was under President Obama in 2014 that the allies pledged to reach, over a decade, reach 2% of GDP to defense spending, and now they're upping that to 5%. So some of this credit goes to first President Obama and now President Bush. But frankly, I think the president most responsible for increased defense spending in NATO is President Putin.
Interesting. Former U.S. ambassador to NATO, retired Lieutenant General Doug Lute. We appreciate it. Thank you.